Untitled Center for Spiritual Living. My name is Tammy Evans, and it's my pleasure to be doing this morning's meditation. Please join me in my quiet space by closing your eyes, getting comfortable in your chair, and taking a few deep breaths. Become aware that you are awake. You're stepping out of dream time and out of your sleep space and getting ready to step into the world for the day. But before you do, allow yourself just to be here. How often do we jump into the day mentally before the day actually starts? We always plug ourselves in a sense, to the mental space of our day. When we start to check the news or social media, all of a sudden our minds are running around with the rest of the world. So instead of jumping out into the world, just allow yourself to have your own world, your own space. Almost as if there's a bubble around you and there's nothing here but you. Take a few nice deep breaths into your belly, expanding your belly, filling it like a balloon, and then exhaling. As you begin to breathe, notice if there's anything pulling you into the future, into the rest of the day, and just come back. Bring yourself back. A great way to call ourselves back, to be back, is to be grounded instead of plugging into the mental space of the day. I would like you to imagine a beautiful tree trunk growing out of your spine. Let that tree trunk extend down into the planet. Allow it to root into the earth. Allow yourself to be rooted and grounded this morning. If you start the day ungrounded, the day tends to go ungrounded. If you are grounded, the world will reflect that groundedness back to you. Let yourself release any stress or anxiety that may already be coming up around you into this tree trunk. Can you let yourself relax and let yourself release it? We all know that it's difficult to be relaxed in the middle of the day. And we all just want to do nothing but to relax at the end of the day. But can you make yourself relax at the beginning of the day? When it's the easiest? When the sun rises and the rays of light hit the earth? You can see the trees, the flowers, plants, and the animals respond. They're awakening. into their morning. As you awaken, notice your sense of calmness and gratitude for life. Notice your breath and be grateful for the air that comes into your body. Notice the room that you're in, the space that you have. There is so much to be grateful for. Enjoy the gratitude. yourself a question. Are you here in this life just to get through it? Or are you here to enjoy it? To be grateful? To celebrate? Sometimes we believe that gratitude is a luxury. But for a happy, healthy life, gratitude is a necessity. Allow yourself the gratitude for sitting and joining us in meditation this morning. Have gratitude for being grateful. Life is with you, not against you. You are supported. Set your intention for the day. In what direction do you want to go? Do you want to learn and grow? Or do you want to celebrate? Do you just want to enjoy yourself and have fun today? What do you want to bring into the world today? What would you like to receive today? Take a deep breath all the way down to your belly. Allow yourself to be calm and relaxed and step into the day with a sense of certainty. You are here on purpose, for a purpose. Life will reflect back to you what it is you're looking for today. And you can bring a sense of joy and lightness, not just into your life, but into the lives of the people around you. Don't waste the day. Don't waste the opportunity to be alive, to contribute, to share, to express yourself. Every day on this planet is a divine miracle. Have gratitude. Have intention. And have an amazing day. Namaste.
spiritual living. My name is Kristen Wilcock, and I am a licensed religious science practitioner here at Columbus Center, and I will be sharing our announcements today. A huge thank you to everyone joining us today in person and on our Facebook page for meditation and Sunday celebration. We have been holding hybrid services this summer. We had 2 Sundays where we met in person each month, and our last Sunday on Zoom is September 26th. In October, our plans are to meet in person going forward throughout the rest of the year. We will also, of course, be monitoring all of the COVID-19 mandates to keep us safe, which means we are now requiring masks as per the Columbus mask mandate. Be sure to save your CCSL e-newsletter for our schedule in September. We are excited to share our upcoming October celebrations when we return to all in-person services. On October 3rd, we will have our grand homecoming celebration with a ritual to celebrate our return to full-time in-person community celebrations. On October 10th, we are excited to announce that the internationally known team of Melissa and Z will be our guest speakers and featured musicians. Look for more information on their Oh My God Life workshop offering in the CCSL e-newsletter. Melissa and Z's visit is sponsored by Lotus Flower Living Holistic Counseling, which is owned by one of our own practitioners, Julie Matheson. Coming soon, we are planning a foundational Science of Mind class for this fall. This will be a Zoom class taught by Reverend Amy. It is a 5-week class, and again, read your CCSL e-newsletter for more information and the dates to be announced. Thank you to everyone that brought in donations for our new community outreach opportunity with JUST, which is Justice, Unity, and Social Transformation. We are asking you to join us as we volunteer to gather donated items and support JUST. The box is here in the entry area for collected donations. Matt Vidal is leading the CCSL effort. If serving the Columbus community calls to you, please reach out to Matt at matthew.vidal@gmail.com for more details. Now I would like to introduce Matt Vidal with more information to share about our new community outreach project. Matt?
Hi, good morning. I want to thank everyone for bringing donations here. So awesome. We have decided to support JUST on October 16th. So that would be from 10 o'clock to roughly 2 o'clock. So if you're interested, please let me know. And so that gives us 2 more Sundays for pickups. So please support us by cleaning up your closets and pantries and supporting your Columbus neighbors. Thank you.
Thank you, Matt. If you would like prayer after service or any time throughout the week, you can find our prayer practitioners on our website, columbuscsl.org, or you can submit a prayer request on our Facebook page. Today after service, they will be in the lobby just outside these doors. That is the news for today. Let's all stand and sing our opening song.
Oh Good morning. I absolutely love that song. I'm so glad you guys brought it back. Good morning and welcome to the Columbus Center for Spiritual Living. My name is Reverend Amy Papadoupoulos and it is my honor to welcome you all here this morning. I'd like to say also hello and good morning to the people that are watching online right now. And our cameraman just gave a wave, so I'll give a wave back to you. Thank you, Matt. Thank you all for watching on live on Facebook, and also thank you if you're watching later online in Facebook and then I believe YouTube. So thank you for being here, whether you're watching us live or recorded. So as many of you know, we are in search of our next senior minister, and in order to set that consciousness, we practice setting that consciousness here together as we say our sacred covenant prayer. So, if it works for you and you'd like to say it out loud, please do so with me. If it works for you to allow my words to become your words, please do that either way. I know Spirit expresses itself through each person as the one perfect life that is God's life. I recognize God is loving, gracious, abundant, and wise, and these qualities of Spirit are my qualities as well as the qualities of the whole Columbus Center for Spiritual Living community. I know the power of affirmative prayer, and I claim by faith and mindful action that Spirit now guides our new senior minister to CCSL. I claim my new minister is a revelation of God as wholeness. I see our chairs filled with people and families who are attracted and inspired to science of mind principles. And our new minister inspiring us to be our best expression of Spirit within us. I affirm now our new minister helps CCSL grow and prosper, knowing that God resides in each of us and that we are co-creating with Spirit to fulfill our mission of making a world a place that works for everyone. I am thankful our prayers and affirmations bring this new minister to CCSL. I am grateful that we are building a strong and loving community of people who embrace love, wisdom, and the freedom to be a wise and loving expression of the One. I release this community prayer into the law, knowing it is already done, and so it is. So now also, please read our mission statement along with me. We serve the transformation of individual lives through education, spiritual practice, and deep community using Spirit and science of mind principles as our compass. So I'd like to thank practitioner Tammy Evans for holding high watch. She's holding high watch for us this morning so that we can take this service and the message into our consciousness even deeper. And also thank you, Tammy, for that beautiful meditation this morning. Now I'd like to reintroduce Kristen Wilcock. Kristen?
We now begin our sacred service. A reading from Science of Mind, page 159.1. Our mind must remain firm in the conviction that our life is a part of God and that the Spirit is incarnate within us. Now let the music take us within.
God is
There is one mind. It is the mind of God. All wisdom, all knowledge, all insight springs from this one mind. It is life itself. Wisdom, clarity, intelligence, growth, and expansion are its very nature. It is this one mind, this intelligence, that is the perfect pattern behind all of life. The one mind created me and lives in me. It is my mind. All of my thought and all of my experiences are taking place in this pure intelligence, taking place in Source. Its expansion is my expansion. Its unfolding is my unfolding. In this moment now and in every moment, I embrace the clarity of the mind that is God. I focus my consciousness within, tapping into that divine wisdom that is always present. I consciously make use of all the wisdom that is available to me as I move through life with clear intention. I open to receive the gift of expansion and step into the flow of universal intention. The intention of the divine to grow, to create, and to expand through me. I claim a deeper connection to Spirit, and for this I am so, so grateful. I give thanks for this ever-present connection to the divine, knowing that my life is a part of God, and that Spirit is incarnate with me. I release my truth into the law, I let it go, and I let it be, and so it is.
We're going to do a song of mine called Sunrise.
just reminds me how grateful I am that you all are here. Thank you, band. That was amazing. So good morning. I forgot to say this before, so I'll say it now. If you have your cell phone on you, would you please make sure that it is in the silent position? Thank you. All right. So this week, being the third week in September, our monthly theme, the Centers for Spiritual Living, our monthly theme this month is Reaching Higher. And our weekly talk title is When the Road Gets Rocky. So we've all had rocky roads in our life. And I thought I would start with a story from the great philosopher, Bart Simpson. This is called The Day Bart Simpson Prayed. Bart wasn't doing well in 4th grade when he flunked his book report on Treasure Island because he only knew what was on the cover. That was the last straw. His teacher called a meeting with Bart's parents and the school psychiatrist, whose conclusion was that Bart should repeat 4th grade. Bart was horrified. "Look at my eyes," he said. "See the sincerity? See the conviction? See the fear? I swear I'll do better." And after all, nothing's worse to a 10-year-old than being held back in school. But Bart hatched a plan. He made a deal with a brainy student named Martin. He'd teach Martin how to be cool if Martin would help him pass his next American history exam. The final test was monumentally important because if he passed it, Bart would be allowed to graduate. Bart did teach Martin the fine points of being cool. How to burp on command, how to spray paint graffiti on garage doors, how to shoot a slingshot at unexpecting girls. And sure enough, Martin became the most popular kid in school. So popular, in fact, that he didn't have time to help Bart in his studies. Now, picture this. It was the night before the big test. Bart was sitting at his desk in his room, staring at an open book, trying to study. But when he came to the chilling realization that it was too late, he couldn't cram enough into his head in one night to be able to pass the test. Finally, his mom peeked into the room and said, "It's past your bedtime, Bart." Slowly, Bart closed the book. With the exams just hours away, it seemed like all of his options had evaporated. That's when he got down on his knees next to his bed and prayed to God. "This is hopeless," he said. "Well, old-timer, I guess this is the end of the road. I know I haven't been a good kid, but if I have to go to school tomorrow, I'll fail the test and be held back. I just need one more day to study, Lord. I need your help. A teacher strike, a power failure, a blizzard, anything that will cancel school tomorrow. I know it's asking a lot, but if anyone can do it, you can. Thank you in advance, your pal, Bart Simpson." The scene switched to an outside view of Bart's house. The lights in his room went out. It was cold and dark, and a few moments passed, and then a single snowflake gently fell to the ground, and then another, and suddenly there was a virtual avalanche of snow. In fact, it was the biggest blizzard in the city's history. The Hallelujah chorus swelled in the background, and the next day, school was canceled. Bart fought the temptation to go sledding with his friends and instead studied hard. Then the following day, when the time came for the test, he gave it his best shot. But he came up 1 point short. It looked like he had failed until, at the last moment possible, he miraculously scored one more point and squeaked by with a D-. Bart was so happy that he kissed his teacher and he scampered out the door. Homer was so overwhelmed that he posted Bart's paper on the refrigerator and said, "I'm proud of you, boy." To which Bart replied, "Thanks, Dad, but part of this D- belongs to God." So I thought that was a really cute story to talk about when the road gets rocky. And what do we do when the road gets rocky? I can remember being a little girl and laying in my bed and bargaining with God. "Oh, please, God, if you just," I don't even remember what it was, "get me that what I wanted for Christmas, I'll be nicer to my brother." You know, whatever it was, I remember bargaining. But we are not in the business of bargaining. But our roads still get rocky. One of the things that, when I was thinking about this talk this week, kind of like the blizzard in the story of Bart Simpson, Michael Beckwith posted something on Instagram that I've been thinking about. And I'm going to read it to you. Thinking about what he posted on Instagram and how we can apply it in our lives. And especially right now, when with this topic of when the road gets rocky. But first, I want to talk about when the road gets rocky, the idea is that we push past our comfort zone. And often when we do that, we're faced with challenges to our old ways of being. Life can feel uncertain, and our footing is somewhat unstable when we are pushing past our comfort zones. But it's important to remember, and I think that this is where this teaching gets so powerful, what are the universal truths that we can do to lean into and deepen our understanding? And it will also help us to find our footing and new handholds for this part of our evolution. So the Csl Global Vision says we recognize and respect all paths to God, honoring all individuals and their unique life paths. We envision all people and all beings and all life as expressions of God. We see a world in which each and every person lives in alignment with his or her highest spiritual principles, emphasizing unity with God and connection with each other, and a world in which individually and collectively we're called to higher states of consciousness and action. So, when we think about the universal truths, our very first universal truth that we practice, teach, and believe in is oneness. Oneness with the Creator, oneness with the divine, no matter what you call it. It is one. And we've talked about often the God qualities, and I like to use Thomas Troward because they're easy for me to remember and they're clear. Love, light, life, joy, wisdom, beauty, and abundance. So, if we have this principle, this idea of oneness, and we say it at the end in our blessing, there is only one life, that life is God's life, that life is my life, and something else, I can't remember right now, but I said it anyway, you know what I mean. There is one. If there is one mind, and my mind and God's mind are one, there are no problems in God's mind. There are no problems in God's mind. There are no problems in my mind. And I want to read to you the way Michael Beckwith put it. Because I had never heard it put this way before, and it was so clear to me. I was actually really excited. So Beckwith tells us, and for those of you, I should probably clarify, Michael Beckwith was a CSL minister. He was trained through CSL, and then he broke away from CSL and started his own New Thought movement. And his church is called Agape. But he's still a religious science trained minister. He says, we don't say that God is a problem solver. We say in the mind of God, there are no problems. In God consciousness, they dissolve. Think about that. We don't say God is a problem solver. Now I think about that story about, the story about the little girl who brings her toy to God, and then she gets to heaven and says, hey, why did you never fix my toy? And God said, because you never let it go. So I'm thinking about this. I have things in my life that I would think are problems. One of the things, we could even put this into context with our new senior minister. Is it a problem that we don't have a new senior minister yet? Honestly, I kind of want to say yes, because I think things would look different here if we had one. But if we really think about if my mind and God's mind are one, God doesn't have problems. God is the cause. God is cause of everything. What I am looking at when I go, gosh, why don't we have a new senior minister? I am looking at the effect. I am being in this realm of the effect. And we teach and practice and believe here that our power comes from the first cause, the mind of God. Beckwith goes on to tell us we say in the mind of God there are no problems. In God consciousness they dissolve. He says all of this happens as it has to do with your spiritual practice. And he says this has to do with your working to elevate your awareness. It's called salvation, which means self-elevation, elevating yourself to a higher consciousness. And when I think about, it kind of gave me a different lens to look at my spiritual practice. When I look at my spiritual practice, I've never thought about it elevating my consciousness, but boy, that's what my intention is to practice quieting my brain, getting still and listening for that oneness that's God. He goes on to say, that our problems represent something that needs to be resolved, dissolved, disintegrated, and transmuted. We talked about transmutation last week, transcend and include. So then when we step into this field of greater possibilities, whenever something is limiting us, it means that there's something within us that's trying to come forward that is compelling. So when we look at a problem as something to be resolved, dissolved, disintegrated, transmuted, we are in the realm of effect. Then he says there's an emergence of a possibility that is there. which means that the problem does not dissolve with expanded awareness. The problem does not dissolve with expanded awareness. In that way, we don't seek to solve a problem. We aim to dissolve, we aim to dissolve the problem in the infinite field of the mind heart of the infinite. We aim to dissolve the problem, in the infinite field of the mind heart of the infinite. And to me, what that says is, and I'll use this idea of a new senior minister. Boy, I've had many discussions. Why aren't we getting a new one? Is our post not right? Is people don't want to come to Ohio? Is it because we need to offer more money? Is it because the practitioners have purple stoles? You know, whatever it could be, it is existing in that idea that there is a problem. But, at least to me, when I think about that rocky road, and I think about the idea that in the mind of God there are no problems, and where do I dwell? Do I dwell in that place of what's wrong? What can I fix? Yes, sometimes. But I'm working on getting into that place of the infinite possibilities. What are the possibilities? What do I know? Because that tendency of thinking is what gets put into the law. What I know is that we don't have a new senior minister. That's not a problem. Because in the mind of God, and if we really truly practice that there is only one, that the mind of God and my mind are one, that there is oneness, that there is unity, that I can open my mind and allow God's mind to be my mind. And even though I'm experiencing this thing of, gosh, I sure wish we had a senior minister, I can feel that, I can experience that, and I can let it go, and I can dwell in that place of infinite possibilities. So I encourage you, and I've said this before, oftentimes when I give these talks, I scratch my own itch. I play with this in my own life. I experiment with it. This week, what if you took that dry erase marker and wrote on your bathroom mirror or your Post-its and put them on your rearview mirror, on your desk, on your computer? There is no problem in the mind of God. And the mind of God and my mind is one. Now, grammatically, that kind of sounds weird, and I was thinking about that. Is it my mind and God's mind is one or are one? But if there's only one, I think it's is one. There are a couple other things that I wanted to share. I would also ask you to contemplate, what is my thought and my word when the road gets rocky? It's a good opportunity to think about the tools that we have and the decisions that we make. Can I recognize that everything that is on the road is of the road, even though it fills me with pain? What are my prayers for the road? And lastly, everything is God, and God is in everything, and every stone along the way. I am aware of the blessings that my path holds, that each step guides me towards a higher state of consciousness. How can I transform this truth into a revelation of faith? And I really think when our new senior minister is here, the road that we will have traveled, and oh my goodness, with COVID and so many other changes here, it is a rocky road. It is a rocky road. I see some of you nodding your head. There are no problems in the mind of God. And our minds are the mind of God. Stay true to the course, stay true to yourself, and use this with other areas in your life. If you need or want prayer, call a practitioner. I know that some of our practitioners are not always here. There are lots of things going on in lives, with families, with health that we have no idea about. So I would caution us to as we maybe look around and go, gosh, why aren't people here? Give them some grace. I am glad you are all here. There is no problem in the mind of God, and my mind is one. So let's take this into prayer. As I take a deep breath, and feel that heartbeat in my chest, knowing that is the heartbeat of God. God beats my heart. God is my heart. As I hear the music, the beautiful music, I know that God hears behind my ears. I know that God is me in listening to the music. I know that God is the music, and God is telling me. And I know that each and every person here this morning is a unique individualization of that one of God. And each and every one of us here and right now waken up a little bit more, step into that place just a little bit more, that we are one with God, that we are love, that I am power, that I am presence, that I am abundance, that I am life, and that I am joy. Because that I am and my I am are one. I speak a word of blessing on this center. I speak a word of blessing on our new senior minister. And I speak a word of blessing on our week this week, that each and every one of us remember there is no problem in the mind of God, and my mind and God's mind is one. All is well, and all shall be well. I release this prayer into that love that always says yes, with a grand divine smile coming to my lips. I say thank you, and please join with me in saying, and so it is.
The wind can make
Love it. Love it, love it. Perfect. Thank you, guys. So now is the time for the giving of our gifts. Thank you for all of the ways you continue to give and to support the center, especially during these times of hybrid and COVID. We are honored to continue to support you spiritually, and it is important for us that we continue in this law of circulation. And your giving helps us to fulfill our mission statement of a world that works for everyone. So as we engage with this law of circulation, we remember that God is our source, that we are one with the source. And we are simply circulating Spirit's energy in the form of money by giving and receiving. We have a square at the back of the room if you'd like to use square. So please say our blessing with me, our affirmation with me. My gift goes forth to heal and bless and prosper. It does its good and perfect work and returns to me multiplied abundantly, and so it is.
And as we witness the law of circulation, we're going to sing, God is my source.
Right here and right now, we recognize the infinite source of all that is. The gifts of your love amplify the infinite good that expresses through each one of you and that expresses through Columbus CSL. And for that, we are so grateful. I bless these gifts. I bless the givers. Knowing that these gifts go forth and multiply, I say thank you. And together we sing. And so it is, and so it let it be. And so it is, and so we let it be.
Mask. So I'd like to thank our practitioner for that beautiful meditation this morning, Tammy Evans, and for holding high watch for us. Thank you, Tammy. Thank you, Kristen Wilcock, for being up here on the platform with me today. Thank you to Steve Paracas, our featured own musician. And our song leaders, thank you to Carissa Holmes and Dave Scarborough. And thank you to our center trio, Tony Bernardi on piano, Steve Baracus on bass, Jimmy Castro on drums. Thank you all again for being here. It really does make the service like a deepening in the service with the music. Thank you. Also want to take a moment and thank Rob Kuhn back there for doing our sound. Thank you, Rob. I think I said your name wrong. Kuhn. Thank you, Julie Colburn, for being our service coordinator. Thank you to Matt Gal for being our Facebook live streamer. Thank you to Jay Westfall for being on the slides. And thank you to the people that set up today. Thank you for the people that came early. Thank you for the people that help us tear down and put everything back the way it was, because boy, we could not do this without all of you. Thank you. And thank you for all of you who decided to make this a part of your day today. It's a beautiful sunny day in Central Ohio. Here in Central Ohio, it's a beautiful sunny day. And you guys didn't have to choose to be here, but you are here. I hope you got what you were looking for when you came here today. So thank you for making us part of your Sunday. Also, if you're joining us for the first time here in person, or if you're joining us first time live on Facebook, or if you're watching us first time later on, and if you're interested in more information about who we are as CSL or who we are as Science and Mind, we have a packet here in person, or you can contact the office by calling, or you can also contact us through a private Facebook message, and we can get one of those information packets out to you in the mail. It just has more information about who we are. And that is our service for today. So please say our blessing with me. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. And so it is. So please stand for our closing song.